I wanted to ask you what the expectation is in Detroit next year with him.
It's high. I mean, they went 9-7 last year. In fact, they had winning seasons in 3 of Caldwell's 4 years. He had the highest winning percentage of any Lions coach in the Super Bowl era, the highest in the Super Bowl era, and they still fired him. And I think that speaks to the expectation, which is that we're not just here to win games. We're here to actually win games that matter, to win championships. And that was something Caldwell didn't do. For all of his wins, he was 4-25 against winning teams. He went, I believe it was 1-12 against playoff qualifiers just the last 2 years. So they went 9-7, but they didn't beat anybody that mattered. And that's why they made the change. And so obviously the charge for Matt Patricia will be immediately to win those kind of games. You're paying Matthew Stafford $27 million a year. You've got all kinds of offensive firepower around him. You've stockpiled some talent on the offensive line. You've got a really good and experienced secondary. This team is built to win now. They have some needs on the offensive line, which they've made a coaching change, and they hope that'll make the difference. They have a major need at running back and on the defensive line. But other than that, this is a team built to win, and Patricia's charge right away will be to not go 9-7. It will be to compete for a division title, which will be difficult in the division with the Vikings and the Packers, and beyond, to actually win in the postseason.
Yeah, that was my thought when Patricia took the job. I thought the Lions maybe had the best roster of any of the available jobs, but that's a tough spot because you got to deal with Aaron Rodgers for who knows how long, and the Vikings are really good too. So I think that's a tough. That's an uphill climb, I think, to win that division.
It is. I would say, and again, things will change with Patricia coming in and Caldwell going out. But for all of Caldwell's faults, he built a team, he and Bob Quinn, that competed very well in the division. I don't have the record offhand, but they were like 7-1 against the Bears in his tenure, and they played real well. They had a winning record against the Vikings and basically played even with the Packers, even beating them in Lambeau a couple of years ago. So, I mean, they're competitive in the division. Of course, Aaron Rodgers is coming back, so that'll be difficult.